I'm good to go.
So, I don't have a recap like written out and planned, but do you guys know what happened in our last episode? Do you guys remember it? Do we got to refresh your memories as always?
Yes,
I do
refresh. Real quick though, I want to shout out tomorrow is Dingus Day, so please celebrate with your finest pussy willows and squirt guns. Thank you.
What the fuck is Dingus Day?
Dingus Day is a holiday celebrated mostly by Polish Americans. It's the day after Easter, so it's basically the celebration of the end of Lent. And some of the traditions are if you like a girl, you'll squirt some water on her, and if she likes you back, she'll tap you with a pussy willow branch. And I guess this could be any gender, it doesn't really matter, but yeah, it's a great holiday, and then everyone else just gets drunk and dance to polka music.
Sure. I don't even know what to respond to that with.
I just wanted the listeners to know about Dingus Day, so.
Okay. My birthday is the day after this episode comes out, April 9th. You boys turn 29.
Hey, happy birthday.
I know, I'm so
where's
close
your
to being
OnlyFans link so we can throw you some cash?
Yeah.
I do take Bitcoin. So, on our last episode of Reroll Expectations, you guys finagled your way through the library inside the Onyx Spire to a secret hidden chamber within said library. To a secret hidden chamber where you found out two key pieces of information. One, that there was an attempted research long ago. Someone attempted to harness the power of an aspect, which, as you guys know, are the demigod-esque beings of the everlasting. And along with that, a second piece of information was found was that the alchemists had been attempting to create a living being from magic itself called the prodigal son, which, as this little boy grew, two of its creators grew a bond with it and eventually took it away. The lab was created. And that boy being Rufus Vaughn, our former compatriot and friend. And so with that, you guys are still inside this library with this new information presented to you.
Well, I can see why they took Rufus away from us, but he's our friend. We need to get him back. We need to rescue him to make sure he's okay.
Well, I don't know what this means for us now, but I mean, we can talk to Tanner or maybe the Weaver about this.
Yes, I suppose.
I do think it's information we should relay to the Weaver. We do have a working relationship with them at this point.
We also have access to all of their informants, though we haven't come in contact with any of them yet.
Well, how about we get back to daylight and we can kind of figure it out from there.
Well, then we should focus on getting out of this area then. And from there we will try and find our friend the Weaver. And I'm going to see if there is any way for me to sort of maybe move about the area without being discovered or anything like that.
You want to just sneak out of the building, essentially?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, do you guys all want to sneak out, or just Vilif is going to try to sneak out and you guys just casually walk out?
I don't feel the need to sneak out. We didn't encounter any baddies the whole way here.
I'll say before we leave, we're deep in the heart of Alchemist territory now. And we have information that they quite literally were doing experimentation that forsake the laws of nature. If we are not careful about this information and where we are going, we may be trapped or hunted down. We don't know what the silencers are capable of yet. So, stick together and stick to the shadows. Understood?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'll try to get the way out.
Yeah, give me a stealth check. I have all three roll stealth checks.
Oh, boy.
Stealth, you said?
Stealth, yes.
Let me see. What's my bonus?
7.
Stealth. +1. 17.
Rolled a 10 this time.
You don't notice anything in particular. As you guys are walking out, Araman does happen to stumble over some books and cause a small bit of a scene, but he's far enough back from the rest of you two to only be caught up once, only were you guys caught up in this sort of like complicit engagement before you guys make your way out of Onyx Spire.
My toe hurts.
Okay, perfect. Suck it up. And I'll start heading, I guess, towards the Weaver.
You make your way back to Weaver's docks, and you once again talk to the informant that led you to them originally, as you weave through all of these like narrow areas and this sort of like mystifying maze that sort of not quite hypnotizes you, but you lose focus as to where you are and how many times you turn left and right until you end up once again in this large, dark limestone cavern.
Well, we meet again so soon, but we found some information that I thought was important to let you know.
Yes, please, do tell.
So our friend is the prodigal son, and apparently he was someone that they tried to create just out of magic. I don't even understand how this could be possible. I've studied magic nearly my whole life, but that was the reason for taking him. Have you heard them running any sort of experiments like this in the past?
Creating a living being from magic, that's not something that's done very easily, especially one that's a humanoid. I know that they have done experiments in the past, some terrible things during war times, but I've never heard of them making a living, breathing being before.
It's terrifying. And
what was the name of the doctor again?
I don't remember if I gave you a name or not.
You did, because I recognized it as the name who experimented on me.
Well, I didn't write it down.
Mantis Toboggan.
It's not Mantis Toboggan.
Dr. Tobias.
I don't think I wrote down a name for that particular character.
There was some indicator I remember of the notes you said.
I believe
that
it was the handwriting of the person is what I gave you.
So I wouldn't know the name.
Dr. Mantis Toboggan.
I will give you a name in just 1 second.
Okay.
Are you using the Wu-Tang name generator?
I'm not using the Wu-Tang name generator.
That's unfortunate.
I am.
Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with.
We are all aggressively white.
Shit, I grew up in the hood, though. I'm okay. I get a pass.
Aggressively, he says.
Just please make Danny DeVito canon in this world.
It's not happening.
I really need this, man. I really need it.
Danny DeVito.
I need this win.
We need Dwayne Johnson in too.
Yeah.
Maybe a little Jim
No,
Carrey.
It's not happening.
Put Tony Hawk in it so we can not recognize him.
Oh my gosh. He has the right amount of publicity.
Andial catheter.
Anseal catheter.
Anseal catheter.
Anseal. I put a D instead of an S because I can't type.
Weaver. Madam Weaver.
Yes?
Do you know the name Anseal catheter?
Anseal catheter. I do recall that he was a scientist of sorts that used to live here in Killer, although...
He lives here?
He used to live here, yes. I don't think he's been seen for quite some time. Not to my knowledge, no.
How long?
I'd probably say the last 2 or 3 years. He's been out and about, you'd say.
Then that's where we start. Do you have any information from your network on the silencers, at any regard to where they may have taken Rufus?
I do have a couple of things I do want to share with you boys.
Which is?
It seems there is a strange, older-looking alchemist gentleman who has been studying people at the ring over the past day or two.
The ring?
The fighting ring, which is inside the Weaver's Docks.
I see.
Oh, also, while we're in here, Tony, can you give me a perception check?
Oh, fuck. It's not going to be good. A 3.
3. After so it's been a little bit since you left the Onyx Spire, naturally, because you guys had to walk across town to get back to the docks and all this whatnot. But you just now noticed that book that you took, the one filled with the cryptic messages and strange drawings, is buzzing and like humming with energy.
Was that the smut one that he took from that weird?
It had some filthy drawings in it, but it wasn't necessarily a smut book. There were artistic nudes, okay?
So
very tasteful.
I don't want to make a scene over this book. I'm a little embarrassed to have it. So I'm going to silently ritual cast Detect Magic.
You know it takes 10 minutes, right, dog?
Yeah, bro. We're sitting here talking with the Weaver. I can do this shit.
You can't do it. You can't suddenly cast a spell for 10 minutes.
I think I could.
That's not how that works.
I'm sorry, Mr. 3 Stealth. What the fuck did you just say?
That doesn't have anything to do with
I think I can do
spellcasting.
it. I think I can do it. Oh, and that one.
I didn't. I said this was going to be bad as far as stealth goes, buddy.
What's his perception? 3. Where am I?
If you would like to take the time to cast this as a ritual spell, you are free to do so. However, it will raise some questions from not only your party members, but the general people in the area as you sort of like pull out your little ritual kit and start drawing your little like symbols and doing your somatic and verbal components and whatnot to the spell.
Is it?
All
That's
right.
something you can do subtly.
I'm just going to let this vibrator chill in my bag until we leave and could take a look at it later.
Okay, sure. She lets you know that there is a strange-looking alchemist inside the ring who has been studying people in the past, and she says that there have been a couple of rumors that Rufus was spotted being taken to the Bolton stronghold, but you couldn't get any complete confirmation that it was Rufus. However, the guard patrols have doubled, and the citadel is now on lockdown.
Then I believe we have 2 courses of action. I think that we need to go find out what that alchemist is doing in the fighting pits, and I think we should get his attention, or their attention, by participating. As for going into the keep, I think it might be a good idea to talk with the alchemist first, so that we can sit and say that maybe we have an ally there, or someone who can get us in. What do you think?
I like the plan. What about you, Vado? Or short? I don't know. Did he ever tell us his real name?
Several times.
We've mentioned it. I just don't think you guys will call him that. Because other player characters have called him Varro before.
Okay, I will call him Varro this time for the first time.
I'm up for whatever you guys are up for.
Well then, Madam Weaver, don't mind me asking if we could possibly request something of you.
Oh?
Do you have anything arcane that may allow me to fight in the fighting pits and gain this individual's attention? I'll put no money down on your fighting pits and will gain nothing from it but this man's attention, but I need to stand out more than an average fighter. Do you have anything that I can possibly... And he's going to kind of grimace, and he's going to pull out his greatsword. Trade.
Well, I don't control the fighting pits. That's all a community effort, let's say. However, I will say that someone with your physique would probably stand out quite well.
All right. I understand. I'll put the sword away. Then I suppose we should be on our way. Fighting pits open soon, yes?
Indeed they do.
All right. Then I suppose we should be on our way. I'll kind of turn to those two, to Ari and Shortwing. If I enter the fighting pits, I need you two ready to follow this individual if they come up and talk with me, or if anything happens. I would not suggest aiding me in any way, as that may cause issues of lethality and punishment.
Yes, we can work to identify this individual and hopefully be able to keep eyes on him.
Then let's be on our way. Miss Weaver, do you have any way to get to the docks quickly from here?
The ring?
You're in the dock.
Or sorry, not the docks. I meant
pit?
the ring. The pit. The fighting pit.
Well, my men are happy to escort you there personally. It shouldn't be too far away once you guys get back onto the streets. Oh, and by the way, Ahriman, you should probably have that diamond looked at.
Oh, yes, of course. Right away. I don't even know diamond.
The diamond that you picked up in the aqueducts like 4 episodes ago.
Did I even write that down? Do I have it in here? I should. Nope. I've got a pendant.
Son of a bitch.
Okay,
I
let me
write
add
these
one.
plot points in here for you guys to do cool things. You forget all about them. You motherfuckers.
Yes, I will go see about this diamond as soon as possible. And I'm kind of just confused how the Weaver knows about it.
That's kind of her bag. Let's be honest here, champ.
Was it a certain color diamond or?
Nope, it was a diamond that you could recognize as something much more valuable than a traditional diamond would be.
Right. Okay, I got it. It's in here.
Cool. You guys once again follow the guards and go through this mystifying maze of twists and turns before ending up back out on the streets of the docks. You find your way to the ring pretty easily. It is a large wooden and brick Colosseum-esque building on the coast of Killerth itself. And there's a massive crowd standing around waiting for the doors to open for the next fight to commence. And outside you see a small ginger-haired woman shouting for contestants to come up and pay their entry fee.
All right, and I'll hand over all my gear and all my armor and stuff to them, and then I'll walk up and I'll pay the entry fee.
Sure. It costs you about a gold piece to enter. She writes down. I'm sorry. First off, I should probably do a character voice for this, but I can't do character voices, so I'm not going to. I was this close to trying it out. I was like, no, I'm not going to bother. I do what I can. I can't do a lot. She asks what your name is, or what name you want to go under in the ring.
Gander.
Cool. She writes it down. She writes down the weight class you'll be in, and she sort of she waves you to go back on beyond her to the gates below, where you will follow a small array of signs to take you to the general locker room. Inside this locker room, you find a couple other competitors. You see a drow in some very nice, well-tailored leathers. You see a full elf in a nice, not quite mithril, but a very blue shimmering chainmail. You see a huge...
Wait, are we allowed to wear armor and weapons and all that?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought this was Fight Pit.
I mean...
fisticuff fight? That's no fun.
I never said I'm wearing weapons. They just have
all right,
armor.
I'll have my greatsword on me then. I don't wear armor anyway. It's no fun.
I never said weapons were on or off the table, my guy.
Mm-hmm. But fisticuff fight pit.
I have not said anything about fisticuffs.
I will say this. Fisticuff fight pit would have put me at such an advantage. If it would have been just that, because my feat gives me improved melee fighting.
I have only mentioned that they're wearing fancy clothing, okay?
Fisticuff fight pit.
There's also a large, very bulky female half-orc wearing some nice tanned bearskin leather, as well as a very, very elegantly dressed black armor with gold trim looking tiefling in the back, sort of sitting on a really nice chair.
Does any of this armor look like... Because obviously I served in the military, I served in the war. I saw plenty of adventurers and armors, and I've been traveling for almost 2 decades. Does any of this armor seem like something I would know about? In sort of the decades of experience I have?
What are you looking for in particular?
I want to look because you're saying not quite mithrily, but blue, and then the black shaded armor. I want to know if these guys are decked out in just very decorative armor, if there's a reason it's trimmed. I want to know ins and outs of this.
It looks mostly decorative, especially the guy with the black armor and the gold trim. Because if you look close enough, you notice that his armor is almost immaculate. It's never seen a single day of combat before, where the others, that looks like they're well worn and well used throughout their adventures.
I was gonna say there's a spell in D&D that pretty much allows you to instantly clean anything and take care of dents and all that. I don't trust it. That bitch is a warlock who does prestidigitation.
I would also like to mention, first off, is mending, not prestidigitation. Second of all, magic is rare in D&D universes for the most part, including Serene. So not everyone has access to spells like you think they do.
Anti-magic.
So far I didn't say there are any alchemists here, or at least none of the race. First and foremost, like I said, magic is rare. Not everyone has the ability to cast these spells, so it's kind of rare.
I'm about to get fucked up by a warlock. That's what's about to happen.
So while Vilif is in the locker room now, I have Ari and Shortwing. What do you guys want to do? The doors have opened to the ring. You see... not contestants, but you see the audience flooding into finding seats, scrambling across, some small fist fights as they're trying to get good seats closer to the edge of the ring, things like that.
Shall we take a spot up in the bleachers, up high?
That could be a good idea, but first I need to make a quick stop. If you can come with me if you'd like.
Before we leave, I want to cast, if it's not too late, I want to cast guidance on Vilif.
Sure, I'll say you give him a good little butt slap like a baseball. Good luck, buddy.
Yeah. Let's just keep it tight as I'm walking by right on his rump.
By the way, his butt cheeks feel like 2 solid blocks of iron. He is taut.
Pretty firm in his old age, huh?
It's 2 frozen hams.
No, it's like 2 uncooked chickens.
So, Ari, what do you want to do?
I want to look for the place to place bets.
Oh, it's almost like I knew you were going to do that. You go back out of the arena and you go around to the side to the betting area, and you see a shifty-looking tiefling who is standing there with a sign that says "Place your bets here."
It looks sketchy, though, right? Like,
Absolutely sketchy.
uh,
It is, however, built into the facility itself, so you can assume it is legitimate in air quotes.
okay.
It's as legitimate as the fighting pit is.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I want to go up to the stand. Hello, can I see the odds for today's fights?
Oh, of course. Let's see here. We've got Gunter Trabridge at about 10 to 1. Biero Yeldrin, about 15 to 1. Griggy Paxton the Fearless at about 25 to 1. And of course, Tukoth the Bold, always winning. There's no point in betting against him. 100 to 1 every time. And, hold on. We've got Gander? Oh, no one's going to bet on this poor fool. No record whatsoever.
Huh, interesting. Do you know anything about Ganda? That's a great name.
I haven't passed any notes on this competitor. I have no idea.
Well, I'm intrigued. Let's say, would you say 500 to 1?
On someone unknown, I feel like you're trying to pull a fast one over me, sir.
I would never do anything of the sort. I don't know who this person is.
Give me a charisma or persuasion check.
Okay.
That's deception.
Deception, persuasion, whatever. Do you want to deceive him or persuade him?
Hold on, let me see. Persuasion. I want to decept.
Okay, sure.
13?
He sort of like squints at you and goes, 400. And I'll do it.
Excellent. Is there a minimum?
100 gold pieces, per the norm for unknown challenges.
100? That's quite high.
Well, he is an unknown character here.
Can I see if I think he's bullshitting about the minimum?
Yeah, absolutely. Give me an insight check.
Fuck, 3. I'm rolling terribly.
You're pretty confident he's bullshitting you.
Even with a 3?
Yeah, you're pretty confident.
Okay.
I never said it was good confidence, but you're just confident.
Mm-hmm. Considering Ganda seemingly has no chance, I think you'll accept 50 gold pieces.
You know what? Fine. For you, you seem like a nice lad. We'll do it. Sure.
Excellent. Is there a betting slip?
He sort of looks at you and goes, "What kind of place do you think this is, champ?" And he just reaches his hand out and does the motion for you to put gold in his hand.
Excuse me, where I'm from, every sort of bet or transaction has a paper trail. I'm sure you would be fine doing that since this is your establishment and your reputation is on the line.
We will mark those appropriate. No worries. Just give me the gold.
May I see the slip or the contract?
The spell is simple. We put a mark on your hand and we color the gold. When you come back with your colored hand, we then give you the gold awarded to you.
Can I see if this is normal or if, I think that this is like legitimately how they do things?
Your intelligence score is high enough to realize it's very rudimentary, but like pretty genuine. They can just cast something like prestidigitation or what it may be on your hand and the gold so that they all maintain the same color value.
Sure. All right. I'll give him 50 gold.
Do you have a particular color you want your hand to be?
We're going to go blue.
Okay, yeah. You hand the gold over and you see him sort of like take the gold and sort of just wave it over your hand a little bit, and both your hand and the gold you've given him turn this like nice iridescent lapis lazuli blue color.
Well, thank you so much for the wager. Best of luck to you and everyone else participating.
See you, chump. What was that?
Yeah. I'm just gonna turn away and then I'm gonna smirk.
Chump. Yeah. Anything else you guys want to do?
Well, wait. Do we need to find a spot for Varro real quick?
Somewhere on the upper balcony.
Well, yeah. You guys are going to the balconies, right?
That was my plan.
Yeah.
By the way, you guys have my cat.
I'm sorry?
You guys have my cat. Take care of it.
Don't lose him.
I should probably stick with Varro, but
take care of Dirt.
He's probably gonna be doing most of the like heavy
What's
lifting
the
as
cat's
far
name
as
again?
finding this person.
Dirt.
D-I-R-T? Dirt?
Yeah. Dirt.
Okay. Dirt.
I think I did give him a different name, but I like the name Dirt because you described him as like white with brown spots. So his name's Dirt, and I love him, and he's my favorite thing in the world. And if I swear to fucking God, if you kill Dirt, I will burn this campaign to the ground.
I would never kill a cat. Cats are too precious for this world.
Casey, keep that in the edit.
KK.
Yeah, so Ari and Shortwing, I almost said Vilov. Ari and Shortwing find their way back inside the arena. They climb the stairs to a very nice, pretty good vantage point in the bleachers to watch the fights commence. Vilif, you see the same ginger-haired woman stand before you in the locker room and says, okay, first up, we have Biero versus Gunter. You guys, stage 1. I've got Gander versus Griggy. You'll be going next.
Who's Griggy?
That is the female half-orc with the nice bear skin armor.
Oh, shit, half-orc. Fuck.
And Tukoth, of course, you'll be going against the winner of these two bouts. And you see the tiefling in the back sort of smirk and wave his hand at the ginger. And she sort of giggles and smiles. He's pretty handsome. And then you all take off. The four of you take off while the tiefling stays inside the ring.
I want to watch this first fight closely.
Sure. You see that the drow and the male elf enter the ring. It's a pretty basic ring. It's just a dirt floor, wood paneling around with the bleachers around them. It's roughly about 30 feet around diameter. I don't know how math works, but I think 30 feet sounds good enough to me. The ginger-haired woman stands in the center of the ring and goes, "Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the ring." Hey, doing a voice now. Look at that, guys. Today's combatants, we have Gunter Trowbridge, killer of elves, reclaimer of the spider throne, versus Biero, killer of drow. You know the rules. There are no weapons unless blood is drawn. The round will go until one person taps out. There are 3 rounds. After that, the winner is the last one standing. No deaths. No great bodily injury, but dismemberment is allowed.
Yeah, no great bodily
injury, but you can take fucking limbs off.
One's intentional, one's an oops.
You see both competitors take their weaponry and they hang it on the wall in these like nice little like cubby holes for their swords and whatnot. And the two combatants sort of square off about 10 feet away from each other. And as Heather leaves the room. Heather is her name, the ginger. I gave that away. Nothing that matters. As you see her leave the ring, a great thunderous bell rings out, and the fight begins. The drow and male elf go at each other with vicious blows going off, and what is essentially fisticuffs at this point. Some fantastic kicks and punches go through, with the drow getting the main edge over this combatant for the most part before the first round ends.
How are they fighting? Are they being like very martial artsy, or are they just kind of rapidly going at each other? What is it looking like?
For these two, it's much more martial artsy than anything else. You can tell that with their background, their experience, they were probably trained in their homelands for whatever kind of combat they're currently doing now, with the full-blooded male elf looking a little bit more refined in his steps and not losing himself quite as much to anger as the drow competitor. And at the end of the first round, you notice that the male elf seems to be ahead. He's got a better pace, he's got better technique, and he seems to be in much better shape than the drow.
Okay.
And then going into round 2, the fight commences once more, up until the drow lands a really good kick to the ribs, bringing the male elf down to his knees, and the drow manages to then catch him in the nose with an uppercut, with a knee kick, which spills first blood. And with that first blood, both the drow and the male elf reach for their weapons and begin to engage in weaponry combat. The clang of swords going back and forth, swords on swords and swords on shields, as they both trade blows back and forth until finally the male elf, in one fantastic move, does sort of like that cool thing that Arya did in Game of Thrones, the only cool part of the last season, where she goes to like stab upwards but drops the blade and catches with the other hand and stabs him in the gut and catches him for that final blow to end the fight. The drow, Gunter Trowbridge, claims defeat, and the round is over.
I'm going to keep that in mind. I'm going to keep sort of the flourishy fighting in mind, and the see how the high elf sort of controlled themselves.
Okay. So the round finishes. You see the ginger-haired woman escort the two fighters away. The drow gets some medical attention for the, hole in his abdomen, and Biero, the winner, has been declared. And they clear the ring. There's a small recess, and then the ginger woman waves you over and waves over the female half-orc. Before you guys get in the ring, she says, all right, boys and girls, sorry. You guys know the rules? You guys know how this set up? Do you guys have any questions beforehand before we get this underway?
I'm going to take my claws out. These count as weapons.
Yes.
Put them away.
Anything else?
Nope.
All right. She escorts you guys back out. She once again does her speech, and you both step away from each other about 10 feet apart, and the bell rings. Do you want to go ahead and roll initiative for me?
Yes.
We're going to do mono-e-mono combat.
Let's do it. All right, initiative. What's my bonus? +1. That is an 18.
You'll be going first in this fisticuffs endeavor.
All right, I am going to go down on the ground, almost like a knee on the ground, like I'm about to push off running a marathon. Bonus action rage, and I'm going to dash up and try to not really dash, you know what I mean, but like move up and try to knock the half-orc prone by grabbing the legs and grappling downward.
A tackle maneuver? Tackle is an action in 5th edition.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you said it's a strength check? Sorry.
Yes, so it's either strength or dexterity check for you. I have to do strength.
She's going to do a strength check.
And because I'm raging, I get advantage. That is a 18 again.
She rolled an 11, so you completely clock her, and she goes straight down on the ground.
And then I'm going to bring my hand down and just try to punch her clean. I want to get her right on the side of the jaw, like right coming up on the bottom, so just a quick jab to the jaw. And because she's prone, that's an advantage. Yep. That is, 18 on the die to hit, unarmed strike +5. That's a 23? That hits. She takes 3 damage. Or no, she does not take 3 damage. She takes 5 damage because I'm raging.
Yeah, you land a solid punch on her. You clock her right in the jaw, and she is visibly, not shaken, but visibly angry at this show of force so early on. And she is grappled now, correct?
No, so she's prone, and prone creature's only movement is to crawl unless it stands up and thereby ends the condition. It has advantage on disadvantage on it. Yeah, and I don't believe she can get up because I'm standing over her, like on her. That
means she's grappled.
I'm not sure how you want. Oh, yes. Then she's not grappled. I'm not standing.
So grapple is really, really unique, where you can grapple someone and have them prone at the same time, and they can never get back up. I've done it before. It's great. However, it does require 2 separate actions to do that. So she is on the ground, but she is not being grappled yet. So she's going to use half movement speed to stand up and get out of the prone position. You look her in the eyes, because you're the combatant, and you see a familiar rage in her eyes as she sort of just like lets out a grunt, and she just goes and straight for a gut punch. Does a 23 hit?
Yes. And also it's halved because I'm raging.
She does 3 points of bludgeoning damage with her first punch right to the gut. That's already halved.
Is that halved? Shit, me.
And she's going to go for another... She's going to go for a kick, actually. A kick to the legs, but she misses that one. Complete whiff. And now it's back to you.
Okay. All right. I'm going to right up on her and just 2 punches clean to the head. So that's 2 attacks. 1, 2. That is a 15 and a 14.
They both hit.
Okay. So that is 10 damage. And then I am going to... That is actually it. I'm done.
All right. Yeah. So up next, she's going to try to grapple you, actually.
Okay.
That is not going to work. Don't even worry about it. Doesn't happen.
But I want to see it again. I could roll really low. I did not roll really low. I rolled really high. I got a tech 20.
Well, she first had advantage, but she rolled a 10 and a 15, so neither of which are good enough.
Yeah, she had advantage.
She's raging dog.
Oh, I didn't know she was a barbarian.
I just said the familiar look in your eyes.
Oh, sorry, that is not what I understood. I thought you meant just like fighting.
I mean, also yes, but she is going to attempt to just send a very powerful knee right to your abdomen.
Can she try to grapple me and attack me at the same turn?
Just 2 attacks. I assume anything over a 20 is going to hit you, right?
Oh, yeah, my armor class.
Yeah, she's going to clock you for 4 points of damage. As she sort of just brings that knee right up into your gut.
Jesus, how's she doing 8 damage a hit?
She's a big...
Are you rolling for damage?
She's a big, strong lady. And
Jeff, are you rolling for damage?
It doesn't matter what I'm doing. I'm the dungeon master. I do what I want. It's your turn, buddy.
Jeff, that's not how arm strikes work. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and 2 more times. Yep. 2 more strikes coming in. Just continuing that rage. Ooh, not amazing. That's another 14, and that's a 13.
The 14 hits, a 13 does not.
Okay, that's fine. That's 5 damage.
As you send this punch, where are you punching her, just so I know, for the audience at home?
I want the first one that hits to just be like clean on the ear, and then trying to go for that almost like a clap on the ear rather than a solid punch, and then the second one just coming in at the chest.
The discombobulate from the Sherlock movie?
Not like a two-handed one, but just like a full-on just like smack on the head, and then the other one is like an immediate gut punch.
With the smack on the head, you catch her and you happen to pull off one of her fantastic earrings, which does mark first blood being drawn. And for her turn, she is going to attempt to run away from you. So you now get your attack opportunity against her.
That'll probably hit. That is a 16.
That does hit, yes.
5 damage.
Yep. And as she breaks away from you, she runs to the cubbyhole where she has a javelin and a great axe prepared and ready. And with that, she's going to grab the javelin and just chuck it at you.
Okay.
I don't believe that range attacks have advantage, but she rolled the 20.
No, they do not have advantage, but if she crit, she crit.
Yeah, she did crit, though. So you take 9 points of damage. That's already half. 9 points of slashing damage. I'm sorry, piercing damage.
Okay.
That's already halved.
All right. I'm going to move back because I have 40 feet of movement. Move back, grab my... because you said it was 30-foot diameter, so I'd move 15 feet that way. And then I'm going to... You know what? We'll do this. I'm going to grab the sword, and then because I need to keep my rage up, and I'm just going to rear back with the greatsword, plant it down, and just let it loose, and I'm aiming for her chest.
And that is a
dex save.
Dex save. She has 11. Low enough?
Oh, she meets it.
Oh, okay. So it's half damage, right?
Yeah.
So what's half damage?
I rolled a 9, so a 4?
She is definitely more bloodied now with that most recent lightning bolt to the chest.
Yeah, I don't know what her health is, but I feel like I've done more damage to her than she's done to me.
This is accurate. Do you want to explain the scene of you blasting her with your breath weapon?
So just bringing that greatsword down and his sort of head being right over the hilt and the pommel, just loosing a blast that almost arcs off the sand of the pit because he was aimed low and then up into her chest as she sort of dodges to the side.
As you do this, as your breath weapon, it flies out of your body and connects with this half-orc woman, the audience gasps at this display of beautiful violence. A few of them run because a little terrifying for your average person to see a dragon person shoot lightning from their mouth. Kind of weird to see on a Sunday afternoon. A lot of them will duck under their bleachers and cower in fear.
Yeah, it's just the crack of thunder afterwards.
Can I have Casey and Ari give me a perception check? So you have just blasted Gurigi with your powerful lightning breath weapon, and she's pissed, as rightfully so. So during her turn, she's going to grab her great axe and come charging at you and just come down with one big swooping blow. Does 19 hit?
Yep.
The 7 slashing damage, that's already halved, as she comes and just
good hit,
cleaves at you.
Good hit.
How you feeling there, bud?
I'm still not down, bitch. Sorry, I didn't hear no bell.
And she's gonna come up for another strike with that great axe.
No, she ain't.
But she does miss that one. Up next is you, big boy.
All right, I got my greatsword in hand, and I'm gonna bring it fucking down. 2 attacks coming on her.
Yeah.
1, 2. Oh shit. Wait. What numbers do my sword crit on?
19 and 20.
I thought it was 18, 19, 20.
Pretty sure I put it at 19.
Doesn't matter, because that's a nat 20 and a 19.
There you go, buddy. So you get your max damage plus another roll of your damage dice.
So, wait, I get max damage plus another roll?
Mm-hmm. So yes, do your crit damage.
Okay, so wait, that's plus 2, 5, 10, 24. There's 34 damage on the first 2 strikes, not rolling the other dice, which is another 4d6.
Well, you have... I'll let you know, you are exceeding her hit points.
That's 49 damage.
Do you want to choose a non-fatal blow or a fatal blow? How do you want to end this fight?
I want to come down and just with the tip of the blade, like sort of having that crit, I want to come down right on the chest and just slice from the chest down across the thigh, like all through that, and like not a super deep cut, but like a surface level cut. So it's just like there's definitely going to be a scar, one long scar leading across the body, and get her to yield for that.
Yeah, you cleave at her, and after this blow hits, you even managed to cut the handle of her great axe in two as she attempted to block that hit. And you see her just drop her weapons and put her hands up and goes, "I yield!" as the crowd erupts in celebratory cheering and goading, and it's just wonderful all around. You hear everyone chanting your name, Gander, Gander, Gander. And you can choose now to revel in the bloodlust and fury of the combat.
Yeah, I'll drop the rage and I'll reach down and help Greggy up.
You help her up, and she gives you
I'll walk her over to the medical tent.
You walk her over. She gives you a nice nod and like a firm, nice, gentlemanly handshake as combatants.
Yeah. Respect.
As the medical team takes your way to cure wounds.
So we're aware that I just burnt every bit of luck that I ever will have in this campaign, right? Like I'm not winning the rest of this because I'm gonna roll 3s.
That was it.